Hello everybody, this is going to be your birthday reading if you were born on February 2nd. Alright, and it doesn't matter what year you were born in, we're talking about the energy of the day. Okay, so take what resonates, leave the rest, and all of the cards that I'm using will be in the bottom of the description. Let's begin. Let's ask the universe to give us a clear and concise message for the people born on the 2nd of February. Please give us a clear and concise message. It is doors to personal healing and happiness. So those doors to personal healing and happiness are open for you. We see that there's success, there's a lot of good luck, there's growth. There's been a rebirth and awakening in which you have transformed, you've changed, right? You're no longer the same person you used to be. You've decided that now you are going to give yourself self-love, self-care, self-worth. Trust your intuition. You're going to trust your inner wisdom. And that's the way you're going to go through those new doors that are opening. Now, I got to warn you, in the process, you may be losing people because you're no longer the same person that you used to be. This happens a lot to empaths, right? Because empaths are giver. And when they go through that rebirth in which they don't let people use them anymore, they become a different person. And a lot of people think that they're arrogant. No, they're not arrogant. They've gone through a transformation. They've gone through a change. They've left behind those people that are not convenient for you anymore. And so those people that were not convenient for them anymore, so they were not convenient for you. So what happens is people think that they're arrogant, that they're not the same person, that they're selfish. There's a lot of good luck here that I see. Like I said, you're soaring in life and evil. Some people might take this the wrong way. You're no longer lending them money. You're no longer giving them advice on what to do. You're no longer, right? You're not anybody's doormat. And so where you were feeling trapped, now you're going to find freedom, right? You're going to go through this rebirth. The doors are going to open and you're going to find freedom. And so the Ace of Pentacles is a new beginning. A new beginning when it comes to your finances, right? A new beginning when it comes to your finances. That new beginning has to do with those doors opening up, right? You're no longer the same person you used to be. And so you're moving on. You're moving on to more calmer waters, to more peaceful waters, to more serene waters. You may be traveling. You may be relocating. But you're doing this for you, not for anybody else, but for you. And so we have the Nine of Cups, and that's the way you fulfill those dreams that you have, right? So now that you're balanced, aligned with what you want, you're able to prioritize what you want for you, right? You're balanced, you're able to prioritize things that are convenient for you, not for anybody else. Let's see what's at the bottom of the deck. The Knight of Wands is telling you to take action towards something, right? If you have not taken action towards that rebirth, towards that transformation, if you have not worked on yourself, it is time to do so. So, let's start clarifying these cards. Door to healing and happiness. That is the door to healing and happiness. But you got to go through that transformation. You got to go through that rebirth. And sometimes it is not easy, okay? I'm not going to lie. It's not easy, right? Because it requires leaving people behind that you thought you were never going to leave behind. It requires making the best decisions for yourself. And if you're not used to that, If you're used to taking care of others, that's going to be a transformation that is not going to be easy for you. And so we got the Eight of Wands, right? And it is still dark in there. However, lightning strikes. And I feel where that clarity comes in, where you understand what you have to do in order for these doors of personal healing to open. You're no longer going to allow for people to control you, to manipulate you in any way. And that's where that freedom comes in. You realize that you have options, right? That you have free will. There is a new beginning when it comes to your finances, right? And the universe is asking you to have patience and moderation and to go with the flow, right? So that that balance could come in. And that balance does not come in from one day to another. Sometimes you got to work on yourself for 6 months, 3 months, 4 months. It's going to be different for everybody, right? But once that balance comes in, you're going to align yourself with what you want, because you're going to prioritize things for you. You might already know what it means. You might have already gone through that transformation. The King of Wands. So you are moving on from this situation. This is a person who is very passionate, is very motivated about what they do. There's a lot of growth here, right? You're no longer going to tolerate things that don't align with you. And so you're moving on from this situation, whether this is a job, whether this is a relationship, whether this is a career that's not convenient for you. You're moving on. You're moving on to more calmer waters, to something that brings you peace. You're getting clarity. Some of you may be relocating. Some of you may be traveling. Communicate clearly what you want if you have to communicate something. You're turning this wheel, and that's the way you're making these dreams come true. That's the way you're making that abundance come true. Whether that is an abundance of love, or an abundance of money, an abundance of whatever it is that you want, right? You're turning the wheel. That's what it requires, and that's what I feel like you're doing. And that comes with good luck and good fortune. This is the key to that new beginning, right? Now, this requires a spiritual transformation in which you work on yourself. The most important person is yourself, in which you realize that you give yourself self-care, self-worth, right? And that's what's going to help you achieve what you want to achieve, right? That's going to help you prioritize what's important to you. That's going to be the key to your success. That's going to bring in balance. That's going to bring in an energy of giving and receiving between others. The universe is telling you to take that leap of faith. The leap of faith in which you go on a journey and you're able to have that successful fresh start, full of abundance, a new beginning. Leave that energy behind that just isn't convenient for you anymore. Now, that could be a person or simply the way you want, right? Transform, work on yourself so that you could go through those doors of healing and personal happiness and prosperity, right? And so there may be a situation, or I'm actually going to say, have a plan, have a strategy, right, for your future, so that all of this could happen, and work on yourself so that you could have that rebirth and walk through those doors to personal healing and happiness. because there is going to be a new beginning in several areas of your life. A new beginning, right? Once that, in which you're gonna may have to make a decision, but that decision is going to give you power. Okay. Let's see what your Dream Big card says. This moment is the foundation for all future moments. Open your mind and receive each moment as a new and exciting possibility. Okay. Let's see what your angel number is going to be. Let's ask the universe to give us a clear and concise angel number for the people born on the 2nd of February. Wow. 8888. I kid you not. The cards don't lie. And this has to do with your personal power. I love this number. Here's the message. Material and spiritual abundance, wealth, resources, forces, balance, confidence, material gain, epic romance. All that is good and pleasant in your life will multiply. Angels are sending the numbers to reassure you of prosperity and well-being ahead. Your surroundings will treat you with admiration and respect. Use it for the greater good. I love that. 8888. I will put that angel number down in the bottom of the description. Sometimes when you Google the number yourself, you get that message that somebody that has crossed over is trying to give you faster, right? Let's see what your crystal oracle card is going to be. Let's ask the universe to give us a clear and concise crystal oracle card for the people born on the 2nd of February. This is called Spessartine Garnet. It's a form of garnet. And this is about charm and charisma, shining and sparkling, being a brilliant beacon of confidence that inspires others, right? You're a beacon of confidence because you've already gone through this transformation. 53, that tells me that you are going to receive wealth, right, and health after this transformation. I like that. I have made different products, digital products of this Spessartine Garnets, right? Like cell phone wallpaper, spiritual messages, and other products. I will put the link in the bottom of the description. For those of you that are creators, influencers, I use photos and to enhance my videos and my blogs. So I put the link to help you out. If you want to, you can go in there and check it out. Let's see what your affirmation is going to be. Keep fighting. The road to recovery may be difficult, but the destination is worth it. Keep pushing through and never give up. And you know why they say that? Is because when you're going through it, it might seem like it's, wow, this is hard. This is not good. Because it's going to help you face some things that you would have never faced if you wouldn't have gone through this transformation. But in the end, it's going to open those doors to happiness. Okay? All right. I hope you enjoyed this reading. Please remember to like, share, subscribe, comment. How did this reading resonate with you? I would love to know. I want to thank you for being here, and I hope to see you next time. Also, please remember to hit that notification bell. That notification bell is going to let you know the next time that my readings come up. And I'll see you next time.